Hi and welcome. I'm here today with Yumi, who I met actually last year when I was teaching in Tokyo in December. And it's so wonderful to have you visiting, coming for a personal intensive, to go deeper with our work together. And just some of the things that we've noticed and simple things that continue to make a big difference that we're going to share with you. A couple of things just about footwork and how profound that is and how we can use some simple things that can really change. So you want to say just a few things that you've noticed for yourself?
Yeah, while I'm doing footwork with Wendy, she put some tiny ball within my heels, and suddenly I feel so much difference through my legs, like knee, hip joint. The tiny ball make the difference.
Yeah, I love what you're saying, that it isn't about just doing something, it's actually about waking up.
Yeah, it's like a switch for the light.
It's beautiful.
As soon as it's there, that feeling is there.
Yeah, beautiful. Without feeling like you have to grip your inner thighs. Yeah.
Yeah, without.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah. And so the other thing that I'm going to show you as Yumi is moving and demonstrating what we're talking about is how that way of thinking through how your foot connects all the way through to your spine, to your inner ear, how that prevents your knees from rolling in and out. So it creates a continuum all the way from the inner ankle, the lift through the inner thigh, the support through the hamstrings, the support through the front of the spine, and once again, how we're talking about the hamstrings connecting to the front of the spine, and how that gives you natural internal lift. Beautiful. So let's do that now. Be back in a second. Hi, so we're back here with Yumi, and the other thing that we noticed that we want to share with you is if you're narrow, like Yumi and I tend to be narrow, sometimes that makes it more difficult to breathe into your back, and you may find you feel more compressed when you lie down on the reformer. So something to do to wake up and to open up your back is put a little blanket or a little something underneath your pelvis, which creates it brings gravity up to you, gives you more support, opens your hips just a little bit more, and also allows your ribs to have more space. And when I asked her, well, you can tell, she's just saying, yes, it's definitely my experience. That was my experience. So that's something else. It's going to give more space to her legs connecting to her spine. So what we did was I just put this small, about 2.5 inch little foam ball, because it's texture. Remember, it's not just a thing, not just putting a ball. It's what does it feel like? The texture, the tactile feeling. Is it easy to hold so that you can just make contact with it rather than trying to squeeze it? And right, that feeling of just holding the ball, right, notice how that wakes up more inner thigh, right. So now Yumi's got more contact through the ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, inner and outer heel. So the whole foot is in relationship. The whole leg is in relationship. The whole hip. You're looking at how your whole foot is opening. The other piece that Yumi noticed is that as she's straightening her legs, instead of, when she lightly holds the ball, instead of her knees rolling, because she got more sit bone to heel connection, so the back of her leg, the pelvis, the hamstrings woke up. When hamstrings wake up through the reach through the foot, reach through the heel, and the lift of the inner thigh, it wakes up the hamstrings. The inner thigh, hamstring work together with the front of the pelvic floor, the front of the spine. Think flexors, flexors work together. So it's where your feet are in relationship to your pelvis that matters. When I put my hands here, for her to feel that as she presses out, she's resting in my hands just enough to feel her sit bone to heel. That wakes up the back of the leg to the front of the spine. Beautiful. Yes. Excellent. Yeah. Good. Now go all the way out. Put your hands on your low belly, Yumi, and lower the heels. Down and lift up. That's it. She's able to do this now without, once again, any excess internal rotation in her knee. And she's getting much more release through the Achilles. That's it. Yeah. And this time, as you go up, drop the ball and run in place. Beautiful. Yeah. So now there's a complete release of down the back and complete lift of up the front. So now she's in her whole body running rather than just her lower leg running. Yeah, and now bend your knees and come back in. Yeah, so come up to sitting and just say something about what you noticed about the difference in your running from when you first started to now. What has changed?
First, my leg feels kind of short, but after I found out the connection from my feet to my whole body, I feel my leg is much more longer.
Ah.
And my knee is soft, and yeah, that's
Beautiful.
what I feel.
And that's huge. That's really huge because you take that into running and you get a completely, or even walking, you get a completely different extension of your hip because now you're in your whole body walking or running. So beautiful. Thank you, Yumi.
Thank you.
And thank you all. See you soon.